Do you hear it now? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because you stressed the gigantic scale of the animal in comparison to the humans, without really giving an explanation. I was thinking, did you imply that it is linked to the scapegoat illusion, which makes the scapegoat first look very big in its badness,
Yeah.
and then big in
You
its
see,
goodness?
the hugeness of the animal, because all these pictures are exaggerated in size. I see it's the only blatantly anti-realistic feature. But the degree of exaggeration is greatest for the wild boar that I showed first. And you might say that the reason for that is that it was objectively, probably, the most dangerous and the most violent of these animals. But stags like this are not violent, and they cannot hurt anybody. They can be difficult to kill, that's what I try to show. But then violence is in a way projected upon them. I think, by the way the mob looks, which does not belong to them, and which is part of the scapegoat, just as the exaggeration of the size is part of the scapegoat.
Thank you for your presentation, Professor. A few things just that I've noticed. You mentioned, you pointed out how every animal is male, and all of the surrounding figures are male, with the exception of one female in each picture.
Yeah, but we don't know.
Okay.
It would be better to say.
I'll keep that X factor there. In addition, you had mentioned that these paintings showed up in what we think at least were private homes. And so to me there seems to be more of a, whether or not there was a temple on the site, we don't know, but perhaps these represented something of a private ritual, and it's just occurring to me that perhaps it has something to do with fertility. They look very much to me. Yeah.
The notion of private ritual cannot be used for Çatalhöyük, because you can use it only if you have public temples. Then what happens, you have only houses. So Mellard, who was a very clever man, as I say, decided that the first houses he uncovered, the ones which had most decoration and religious stuff, he called shrines. And then he called the other houses, where it's an artificial distinction that has been suppressed by the latest archaeologists, who said it was not. It was just more rich, but the difference was not such that you could say there were two different types of places. In other words, religion was in the home, existed only in the home, and was. So fertility rites are extremely fashionable at Çatalhöyük, and Ian Harder treats them very, very carefully, because the Turkish government attaches great importance to feminist tourism to Çatalhöyük in the summer. There are literally thousands of people who come to worship the Great Mother who is there, and who is that little 3-inch character on top of it. They put it out of place that it could not be seen, but there are great portraits of her all over the place. So I would say the evidence is scanty. But you're right that the question of sex here has a certain importance, because all the animals are males, and most of the mob is male.
I think we're going to have to stop our discussion then, or to have time for the panel. So, thank you.